What's up? My name is Michael. I put silly videos on the internet, and today I'm talking about something a little different than I usually do. I got into surfing this summer. When I say I got into surfing this summer, it means that I actually was super bad at surfing for an entire summer. And where does all surfing journeys start? It's with the board. Today I want to talk about the Mick Fanning Beastie Super Soft. Hopes of a smoother beginner to intermediate transition, as well as longevity, because it fits multiple skill levels. So I'm gonna pull it down right now and show you guys. It's kind of funny because I already did a video unpacking this thing, and I just had a mess in the background, didn't look good. So it's already unboxed and in a sock. All right. My sock is from Julie Designs. I got it from my local surf shop. So this is her, Mick Fanning Beastie Super Soft. The main things to talk about with this thing is that it definitely fits in that performance board, performance soft top thingamabobber, which tricks a lot of people looking for surfboards like me into buying a more expensive board. But I got it on a really good sale. Yeah, I think the main thing that stands out versus the competitors of this board is that the grip itself isn't as grippy as something like the Formula Fun, and that the back is actually a gloss finish versus a full foam board like the Formula Fun as well. So what's interesting is seeing that T-Rex carbon stringer, but not seeing any other stringers versus like the Host Stevie has a 3-stringer with a center large stringer and 2 small stringers on the sides. That probably seems to be the most stable construction, but I know all soft tops are pretty much indestructible. So yeah, who knows? Maybe this is innovation. Maybe it's pretty straightforward. Being 8 foot, being 22 inch, something wide, I'm still getting a lot of literage. It's around 62 or so, 62 or 63 liters. So I do have a good amount of float here, but with a more aggressive styling, I'm finding that it's a lot faster and I can be a little bit more aggressive on going after waves. One of the best features of this bad boy is that it comes with a grip like 3/4 of the way down versus middle of the board. So that way you're able to distribute the weight a lot better, like way better. One of the main reasons why I got this thing was that the Formula Fun was like freaking awful to carry. So I'm really happy with how much this thing weighs. It is truly a huge difference. So where I think I've been struggling is that it is still pretty aggressive for a beginner. You have to be a little bit more honest with your foot placement in order to get on the board. It's got a lot more athletic of a shape. So just being slightly off that center point will throw you off the board, at least if you're bad like I am. But the other thing to talk about is the backside. We got these fake stickers that are under the epoxy and a bunch of little words and all that fun stuff. But the fins are the kind of standard plastic, flimsy, super soft style. The best part about this board probably is that they are futures. So you're able to get something a little bit more aggressive as time goes on, which is something I'll be looking at for sure. Talking about the texture of the board again, I needed to wax it. And I know that's not like uncommon or common, but I definitely needed to wax it. It made a huge difference. The first time I took it out, which is when I recorded this video initially, I literally would have to like shove the board back under me as I was starting to keep up with waves, because it would slide out with a little bit of water flowing underneath it, and it really just wants to go. Definitely waxing is recommended. Yeah, you kind of want to probably treat it like a normal surfboard, because it's just, there's not enough, like the actual material isn't that grippy. Main thing, this colorway is this like baby blue, sky blue. It's awesome, I love it. It gets so dirty, so just a heads up. I don't think the other colorways are as special, and the other alternative to this is like white. That's gonna make it even more dirty, but on the bright side, I got a bright pink leash that I really like, that is definitely shows how kooky I am. You can tell that I'm a beginner and getting fun gear. But yeah, so I'm gonna go take this bad boy out. I did not bring my GoPro, and you wouldn't want to see the footage anyway. Oh, and we're gonna check out El Porto today. Literally the best session I had. I think what I did differently this time than others was slow it down and like really try to make sure I'm getting my chest up during the wave and putting my foot in the right spot. And I'm noticing that I'm going like on the outside of the board and I'm looking down. That's probably the big thing I noticed today. I feel like most of the time I'm looking forward and then I fall. But this time I was looking down. I was like, maybe I was just happy that I was finally catching a wave. But yeah, that was a lot better than usual. Well, we surfed. After probably my best surfing day, was able to stand up more than twice for the first time. Yeah, I think it's not like a surfboard problem with going to like a performance soft top. It's more that if you're a beginner, the more tabletop your surfboard feels, the easier it is to be able to pop up and have stability after you pop up and have stability on top of the waves. So the more volume, the better, essentially. Luckily, this thing's 8 foot. It's got 62 liters of volume, so it's still incredibly capable as far as like beginners go. And I think you could, just the same way that you could grab like a hardtop surfboard and then teach yourself on that, you could totally teach yourself on this. Just note that it's going to be a little harder than usual, and unless you have a really stable condition beach, which the South Bay does not have, you know, you're going to have some growing pains for sure. But yeah, it feels good to stand up. I think it was like 5 times. I'll say 5, but I think it was like 6. But yeah. So I really recommend the board. It's stylish, lightweight, aggressive, and feels like it teeters between both intermediate and beginner, which is what I was looking for. So, yeah.